I had a chance to go to my first Indy Car race, and what an experience it was. And to quote Travis Tritt, I got a 3-day beard. I don't plan to shave. I'm a little bit sunburned, had a great time, a little bit tired from camping out there, but I'm telling you right now, the Music City Grand Prix was an amazing experience. I got a chance to go with my buddy Alex and look for a video with him as well we did on the way there. He has been to 49 Indianapolis 500s, and so this is his first time being in Nashville, going to this race. My first time ever seeing IndyCar, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to share the pictures with you and the great time that we had. So going to my first IndyCar race, we of course had to stop at Buc-ee's. Okay, so if you know Buc-ee's, great. If you don't know it, you are missing out. It is not overrated for those that say that, but we had a great time. So this racetrack is just south of Nashville. Okay, and it is relatively new. They don't do a whole lot of races there. They're trying to get some NASCAR stuff. There's some background history between that whole thing, but overall, just getting to it was real simple. You get right off the interstate, you go right there. It's just huge. Just pops out of nowhere within the rolling hills. You got all the greenery and everything else, and then there's this just huge monument of a racetrack. And I tell you, going in, the very first moment, first people we talked to, everyone's excited. Now, we got there on Saturday. The actual race was Sunday. Now, they did qualifying and a bunch of other stuff all day Saturday and all morning Sunday as well, but everybody's in a great mood. We get out, we get our passes. Thankfully, we got the pit crew and the pit passes, I should say. I got it hanging right here. This is my little thing. And we go in there, and it's just, it was great to be so close to everything, okay? And I think the big difference between a lot of the, NBA, NFL, MLB, I mean, you're close, but you're not there close. I mean, we're walking by the pits, and the drivers, they got scooters, and they're just zipping around on scooters going back and forth. And it's like, oh, that's that guy. Oh, that's that guy. Oh, that's that guy. And it's just great to see them do that. And of course, they stop if you need to. I mean, if you want, they're not busy. They'll stop, sign autographs, take pictures. A lot of them were hanging out in front of their trucks, their vans, and just, people walk up and do it. I mean, it was amazing feeling. And of course, you're right next to the cars. Yeah, you can't touch them. You can't get in them, of course, but you're right there. I got a couple pictures of it. And I was literally in the garage, and man, it was just a different feeling because you're talking to everybody, even down to the tire guys, which, you're like, oh, I don't want to talk to the tire guy. But if you ask them any questions, they'll tell you all about what they're doing and what the science is behind the actual rubber, why you can't get a tire in the shade. I found that out. Actually, one lady was standing right next with an umbrella, and the guy was like, hey, excuse me, ma'am, could you just not shade the tires right now? And this was pre-race on Sunday. And I'm like, wow, really? You can't shade them? But yeah, it comes down to that technical science behind it. But again, being there, you're walking around. The funny thing too is, like, everywhere you went, because it's a massive track, okay? You're taking golf carts or trams. And just like everywhere we went, there was a golf cart just running around, and we're like, oh, how are we going to get over there? And here it comes. So we actually made friends with a lot of the drivers. There was an incident one night with a driver from our favorite driver, I should say. Hopefully he's watching this, but they're at the porta potty. Here's a picture. And we had so much fun with that one. But the Saturday night festivities was great because we went out there and they had this camping area. So in the camping area, there's a couple different grounds, but one camping area in particular, they just had a bunch of fire pits open, all done by the racetrack. So they had a bunch of fire pits. They had a bunch of different games and things you could do, cornhole, sponsored by Cracker Barrel with the old timer logo on there. And all the drivers were just walking around. I shouldn't say all of them, but a majority of them were walking around. Now, I'm not a big fan guy. I don't know these guys at all, but I mean, you can kind of tell they're a little younger, wearing the nice shirt and everything else. But everybody was really cool walking up to them, taking pictures, saying hi, autographs. I mean, it was that atmosphere where these guys really cared about their fans. And I had a chance to talk to Doug Boles. Okay, Doug Boles is the one that actually runs the Indy Car Series. He's the president of the entire Indy Car Series. That was really cool. That was fantastic talking to him. I also got to meet Ann Fiskren. I hope I'm saying that right, but she's the president of the Big Machine Music City Grand Prix. So she runs this entire race, not the track, but the race itself. And she was very inquisitive, asking us, like, all right, what are our experiences, pros, cons, what are we seeing, what could we improve? One thing I did tell Ann was we should give out free beer. She kindly said possibly there's no, we're not going to do that. But okay, I get it. The suggestion's still out there. And then they had the fireworks that night as well, which is really cool. I mean, just pre-fireworks right next to us. I always love fireworks when I can see the ground shoot off. And then, of course, it pops in the air. That's always a good time. Track itself, we actually took the tram and they rolled us around the entire track. We got to stop. We got off the start-finish line, and we were able to walk around, take pictures, sign the wall. They literally just gave out Sharpies, and go sign the wall and go see all that stuff. That was a lot of fun, just to be able to be on the track and take that lap and see how much of an incline that really is around those corners. But we had a campground between turns 1 and 2. Okay, so here are the pictures from that. This was our view. This is literally where we watched the race from. We were in our own chairs in the back of our own camper, and just, gosh, man, I tell you, I couldn't be better than that. Now, the weather was about 85 degrees both Saturday and Sunday. It got a little bit chilly at night, though. I got to be honest, it got really cold. But the day of the race, we were back down on pit row, and we were walking around. And, of course, we saw the pre-race taping that they were going to be put on TV. So we watched that for a little bit. My buddy's like, hey, you want to go get their autographs, talk to the commentators? I said, no. I'm a famous podcast channel person. They should ask me my autograph. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to edit that out. Maybe I'll leave it in. Anyway, we walked around. David Portnoy was there, from Barstool Sports. That was cool. He was in a hurry, though. He couldn't talk because they're like calling him to go, and that was it. But stopped by the Winner's Circle, did that. These guys go over 200 miles an hour. It is just crazy because I'm trying to focus on it. Boom, they're gone. Okay, and then they're back. And then 10 seconds later, they go... And so it was it. But, like anything else, I watched the highlights when I got back. And watching on TV is obviously a lot different than being there because you're trying to focus, you're trying to follow everything, but you're missing so much just being live. But I tell you right now, just the smell of it, a couple of the accidents that happened. We were in that turn that the accidents were happening, hearing those hit the wall, real life, real time. Whew, man, it was something to behold. Anyway, that's my report from the weekend. If you've ever been to a race, drop a comment. Let me know what you thought. Did you see the same thing that I saw? Were you involved? What did I miss in this whole thing? If you were there in Nashville, let me know too. But please put it in the comments. Keep the conversation going, and we look for the truth between lines.
Between the lines.